we will have the first category in Brazil called Men's Wellness. Maybe been kicked in the head by one too many soccer balls. And what about Carnival? You guys all taking in too many party favors? Is that how you came up with Men's Wellness? What's wrong with you? Coach Greg, in today's video, we're going to start off by taking a deep breath. Okay, and so I've seen it all. The men's wellness category has now been added to bodybuilding competitions. It's not clickbait. I'm not making this shit up. It's actually a thing. And so yesterday I'm on Instagram and I'm seeing this guy, flowing blonde hair, kind of looks like Andrew Eubanks, except he's got way bigger quads, a small waist, looks super pretty, turned around. I was turned on. Were you turned on? Let's question my sexuality. And so the new class is men's wellness. Aren't you excited? Aren't you happy, glad to be around in 2024 where we now have men's wellness? And so I posted on Instagram yesterday, stay tuned for a YouTube video. Already over 5,000 comments. I do believe that's the most comments I've ever had on an Instagram post. I want out of this earth, who's with me, rocket ship. And so I'm thinking, yeah, what is the point? Let's get out of here. Finally, a category I can place top 10 in. Damien, since I went on a date with you, I think it's fair to say this. You ain't placed in the top 10. You don't have a men's wellness physique. I didn't see the small waist, the gracious hips, the massive quads. And between me and you, I don't think you've got the glutes for it. Wait, what is it? So looking forward to a Nicole Drinkwater video of every male bodybuilder competing in men's wellness. Well, I'm going to see myself out. It's a poor sport. They got to bring in anything they can. I suggest the homeless division. At least it's a group we can help. Well, at least this will make some guys train their legs and glutes properly. New class, men's womanness. Confused boner. Greg, I'm at work. What the cookbooks? They seem happy with their physiques. What's wrong with this? Here's the thing. Let's look at this with an open mind. Should they in fact add men's wellness? Well, let's consider the options. They could not add men's wellness, or they could add another category. And so what other categories could they add? Why not add men's fitness? Tons of former competitive gymnasts could do some badass routines. I thought it was a division back in the 90s, but maybe that was just bodybuilders doing fitness routines in their third posing rounds on ESPN. And so seeing as he's a 7-time Mr. Olympia champion, maybe we should consider what he's saying. He's saying, why don't we add men's fitness? Why did they add men's wellness over men's fitness? Let's think, if we're trying to be fair, because after all, is that not why they're trying to add men's wellness? They're trying to make it fair. Perhaps there are men out there that want to look like women's wellness competitors, and so they've added that division. Well, or they're not men's gymnasts out there for the last 30 years? You know, men who compete in the Olympics, men who have amazing physiques, chiseled six packs, they've been training their entire lives. And so why is it that women have a women's fitness division and men don't have a men's fitness division? I mean, women's fitness has been around for decades. Women's wellness, it's relatively new. And so if we're going to add a new division, does it not make more sense to add one that's been around for a longer period of time? One of which more people want to see? I mean, think about it. 5,000 plus comments, all about men's wellness. I do believe there are more men who would compete in men's fitness than in men's wellness. And so we're doing what the fans want, what the athletes want. Should we not be adding men's fitness over men's wellness? And in case you've all been watching my videos in the past, I've talked about this a number of times. I've been saying men are underrepresented in the sport of bodybuilding. We have fewer categories than that of the females. There is no category right now that supports the average man. A physique that you might maybe be able to achieve while training 100% natural. We have bodybuilders larger than life. Classic physique, they're still bodybuilders. Even men's physique, you know, the board shorts, they're all bodybuilders. Every category is jacked up bodybuilder. What happened to the Abercrombie model? You know, the beach bod, a physique that most men would aspire to look like. Why don't we have a category for that? Do we really need to add men's fitness? A category where you essentially don't train your upper body, you only train the lower half, and that is what they're looking for. Why are we rewarding categories where hardly anyone wants to look like? When's the last time you talked to a guy that said, yeah, I just want to have really massive quads, no upper body? I don't know anyone that wants that look. I know tons of men out there who would dream to have a body worthy of being an Abercrombie model. And so does it not make more sense to add a men's beach body category, the Abercrombie model? I mean, why do we keep rewarding disproportionate bodies? The bigger, the better. Can we not add categories that people actually want to compete in? And so how many of you out there think that you'd rather look like an Abercrombie model or a women's wellness competitor? Really, think about it. And so let's look at this guy winning the new men's wellness class, which has only been stated in Brazil at the moment. And so what's going on in Brazil out there? Oh my God. And so people of Brazil, I know you like soccer out there, maybe been kicked in the head by one too many soccer balls. And what about Carnival? You guys all taking in too many party favors? Is that how you came up with men's wellness? What's wrong with you? Look at the swag on this guy. I mean, girl, a guy. It's a guy. And so where is the top bikini? I mean, is this actually appropriate? And where exactly are they packaging the package? Where is it being placed? I do not see it. And in this category, are you marked down or up for the size of the bulge? I'm just asking. What do you do? How is it packaged? The promoters want to create a space for men who feel like they don't belong in the sport. They aim to demonstrate their strength, beauty, and physical abilities while achieving overall inclusion. Well, last I checked, all these men out there who are 100 pounds overweight, they don't fit the criteria for bodybuilding. And so where's the obese man category? The Pillsbury Doughboy class. Oh, I don't feel represented by this. I have absolutely no muscles. I have a big gut. And so I want to compete. And so where's my category? The rounder than last time category. You know, the guys with the kegs rather than the six pack. And so check out the keg on that guy. Oh, then in this category, it's bodybuilding. We're looking for six packs, chest muscles, and so on. In the next category, we're looking for a keg, 300 pounds plus. And so just because you don't feel represented doesn't mean you get to compete. With great joy, we announce that in our next event, we will have the first category in Brazil called Men's Wellness. The men's wellness category is an opportunity for men to show their strength, beauty, and physical abilities without forgetting the importance of the inclusion of people who often have no space within the sport. Well, last I checked, people who don't have a six-pack, people who are overweight, people who just can't get shredded, none of those people feel represented in the sport. When's the last time a 300-pound man has felt represented in a bodybuilding competition? But last I checked, there's no obesity category. And up next, we're moving up to the super fat division. And so last I checked, height kind of mattered in basketball. The taller you are, the more you can slam dunk, you're higher up to get passes and so on. Look no further than Shaquille O'Neal, 7'1". Guy's an animal. And so when I tried out for the basketball team as a 5'6" manlet, I felt underrepresented. Hardly any 5'6" tall males represented in the NBA, and those who were, well, they're jumping 4 feet off the ground. And so I can't jump that high. I mean, white men can't jump, can we? Where is the category for 5'6" and under basketball? I mean, I feel left out. And so I'm boycotting the NBA. They're height shaming me. I'm going to make up a lawsuit. NBA, 7'1" is not fair. You need to have another category, 5'6" and under, of which I am going to dominate. Lower the rim by 2 feet because I can't dunk. I have my own special needs and I want to be represented. Would anyone agree with that? Of course they wouldn't. I don't see anyone representing me. And so just because there are men out there, perhaps 3 in the entire world, that want to compete in men's wellness doesn't mean they need their own separate category. Because if they did, everyone becomes a winner. I want my category. I want a first place ribbon. Oh, poor me, I'm not represented. And so in the same way, there's no morbid obesity division and there's no 5'6" and under men's basketball league. We don't need men's wellness. We're excited to bring this news to Brazil, and we hope everyone can participate and support this initiative. Together, we can build a more inclusive and diverse sports environment. Don't miss out on our next event. It's going to be awesome. Our primary goal is that men can compete against men and women against women. So everyone having their space and being fair. Well, how dare you? If I want to identify as a woman and compete against other women in women's wellness, then I should be given that right. What if someone says that? What if a man shows up and says, I'm a woman, identify as a woman. How dare you say I have to compete against other men? I identify as a woman and I want to compete against women. What are you going to say then, Brazil? Here's the counter argument. You thought it was all going to be one-sided? I don't think so. I'm representing both opinions fairly. There's a sport known as women's bodybuilding. In women's bodybuilding, they're rewarding the most muscular, the most shredded, the most manly type of physique. You gonna debate it with me? A woman having single-digit body fat, striations, veins, who's on performance-enhancing drugs, namely testosterone, to grow bigger muscles? That is not masculine? Of course it is. But yet it exists. And so as we look up the evolution of female bodybuilders, when we had girls like Rachel McGlish, who actually looked very feminine, but in the end, what became of women's bodybuilding? The women, they got bigger and leaner than last time. Females like Carla Dunlop, Laura Crevaille, and then it became women like Bev Francis, who had so much muscle that men, they just weren't ready for it. And so perhaps maybe we're just not ready for men's wellness. And so is it really any different for a woman to compete in women's bodybuilding as for a man to compete in men's wellness? I'm asking you, is it really? And so if we Photoshop my face on her, she would be a better, more intense athlete than I am. Who am I to judge? If a man wants to look like a women's wellness competitor, then let them look like it. That is not what I'm arguing. My argument is, do we actually need that category? Is there really enough athlete interest to make this category worth including? And if so, why aren't we including men's fitness or the Abercrombie beach model category? Or as I've said in the past, men's classic physique with 20-pound lighter weight classes. A physique that's still athletic that more men can aspire to achieve. As it stands right now, even amazing athletes such as Brandon Harding are still over 20 pounds below the weight limit. And remember, these athletes are not natural. And so as it stands right now, the current categories, it promotes the use of performance-enhancing drugs. I'm trying to reduce body dysmorphia to have realistic expectations of what you can achieve. And so why don't we add in categories that offer realistic body goals? And so although Abercrombie model 10% body fat or less physiques are still very hard to achieve, I do believe it's a lot more realistic than the current beauty standards in the world of professional bodybuilding. Let me know in the comment section, are you for or against men's wellness? And why? State your opinion. Have they gone too far? Should they include the morbid obese category? Don't forget cookbooks and harder than last time supplements, including things like GO2 Max, Turk Builder, Ecti Builder, G-Test. You can get all of these on my website. And don't forget, code Greg, it's now 15% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to like this video. Like it right now. Click the bell button. Watch the tube loops. And as always, the cookbooks, the training books, the Circle Diet book, the supplements, phone consults, coaching plans by me and my team, the harder than last time clothing line, and get it all on the website. Code Greg, 15% off. And until next time, I am out.